سنوات قبل عقود ما كانش حد عارف بالضبط يعني السبب وراء كده المباشر او يمكن ما كانش واضح قد ايه تأثيره او انتشاره، ولكن طبقا للارقام دكتور علي بيقول ان 1 من كل 9 رجال عند سن ال40 تقريبا بيصاب بالاندروبوز. Dr. Ali, let me elaborate on something. You mentioned that again, men has to be tested, especially for prostate and whatever, because this is the part which I didn't exactly mention in the Arabic, because I wanted to leave this into further step, because we have to give some time even for the natural remedies and whatever. But what exactly I wanted to say that 1 out of 9 men will be getting this. So can we prevent it with the natural remedies?
In most cases, I could say yes. We also have to understand in medical school, when we assess certain problems and we diagnose, there's always a hereditary component. For example, for myself, my father had prostate complications. So there's a chance any son or sons that the father has will pass on certain genes to that son. So barring hereditary, absolutely, there are many things that men can use to help to prevent benign prostate hypertrophy, which is enlargement of the prostate, some cases even with prostate cancer. And once again, when you deal with cancer, you could build up your immune system. So the key things in a nutshell, what are the ways where we can help men who have prostate, who are listening for the first time? It's important to understand, get assessment. Prevention is better than anything that you can think about, any cures. So what do? You call up your GP, your naturopathic doctor, and you get a physical exam. So we could do a digital rectal exam. We could also send, to do blood work to test for something specific. And that is what we call the testing of the prostate gland. So if you find somebody with higher levels of certain hormones, you have to understand that for us, we're looking for a specific antigen. It's a medical term that we use. And if your level is above 4 points, then you have to take cautions. So if you have more than 4, instead of going drastically to get something like surgery or chemotherapy, which works excellent, why not, if you have a problem, start to take remedies? And there's a lot of remedies at Swiss Herbal Remedies that we have used with very tremendous results.
Okay. الدكتور علي بيقول ان طبعا العوارض احيانا بتاعت خاصة الاندروبوز بتكون معظمها وراثية، وضرب مثل الدكتور علي ان اللي عنده تضخم في البروستات، اللي مثلا والده او جده عنده تضخم في البروستات، كان احتمال او احتمالات اصابته بهذا المرض بتكون عالية لان الامر له علاقة وراثية. دكتور علي بيقول ايضا ان في يعني ميديكال تيرم بيقول عليه الانتيجين، ده ممكن استخدامه في حالة ثبوت وجود نسب عالية من الهرمون اللي بتسبب، طبعا الهرمون اللي هو بيكون مش مناسب او مش ضار، وده بيسبب بعض العوارض غير الحميدة. وبيقول ان في اسلوب ان احنا ممكن نعمل فحص، سواء فحص للدم او سواء فحص داخلي عن طريق بعض الأجهزة، وطبعا للأجزاء اللي هي بتكون most likely ان يحصل فيها الإصابة. وفي أحيان بيتطور مثلا العارض إلى كانسر، إلى سرطان، ربنا يقينا جميعا الشر. ولكن التدخل هنا بيكون في العادة حسب ما الناس عارفة بيكون تدخل بالعلاج الكيماوي أو الكيموثيرابي. دكتور علي ذكر أن في بديل، بدل ما نروح للعلاج الكيماوي أو بدل ما الأمر يتطور لجراحة، ممكن يكون في البديل الطبيعي. In particular, how can we prevent this surgery or the chemotherapy with the use of the natural remedies from Swiss Herbal, for instance?
Okay. The key thing we spoke about is make sure you have a proper diagnosis, and that's the most important part. So when we speak about when you go to your doctor, for those of us, who want to understand how to do prevention, you don't ask, the doctors will know, will check what's called a PSA, protein-specific antigen. If the level is high, to the amount that people said, well, it's maybe 6 or 7, you will have to have medical intervention. But if you're on the borderline, some say maybe it's getting high, there are natural remedies. I'll speak specifically, the number one product that we see that men are deficient in is zinc. Studies show that men who have lower amounts of zinc in their diet has a tendency to have enlarged prostate gland. Another remedy that they also talk about, that when you see the enlargement of the prostate, that they did many studies using the fatty acid of something called saw palmetto. So saw palmetto, there are studies to show that if people were trying to prevent the enlargement of the prostate, to use something like saw palmetto. Even to go further, Dr. Woods had mentioned, a medical doctor, that even lycopene, how many men actually eat cooked tomatoes? Not many in Canada. And we found a correlation as men began to be studied who were taking lycopene, which is from cooked tomatoes, that they found that they were having less incidences of prostate complication. So lycopene, saw palmetto, there's zinc, and most importantly they found even pumpkin seed oil. So pumpkin seed oil is high in something called EFAs. And EFAs has been shown to be known as an essential fatty acids. So most people in my practice, they ask, what can we use to prevent? These are things that you could help to prevent, because a lot of people say, well, we understand we don't lack a drug when we have a medical problem. Your body is lacking something that you may not be getting it from the diet. You probably didn't have the proper genetic makeup. Your lifestyle that is being so stressed, and one day we can talk a lot more about stress, because stress affects everybody. Okay. So we have to handle the stresses first, get a proper diagnosis, and teach people how to eat, how to avoid certain foods that will complicate the prostate gland, and use natural supplements. So it's a whole package.
اوكي دكتور علي بيقول ان في 3 اسباب ايضا بتسبب بعض الحالات زي ما احنا قلنا تضخم البروستات، وهو حدهم في 3 اشياء حاليا اللي هم نقص نسبة الزنك عند الرجال، وفي ايضا مكون او مركب اسمه صويا بالميدو، والمركب الاخر او المادة الاخرى هي اللايكوبين، ودي بتكون في الطماطم المطبوخة. دكتور علي بيقول ان كتير مننا ما بياكلش طماطم وهي مطبوخة، ولكن هو متعود ياكل طماطم في حالتها الطبيعية، الطماطم الطازة اللي هي البندورة طبعا، ولكن اللي بياكل الحاجات دهيت بيبقى احتمال تعرضه لبعض هذه النقص او النقصان في هذه المواد بيكون أقل كتير، وبالتالي تعرضه للإصابة بيكون برضو أقل. وبيقول إن في مادة أخرى تعويضية اللي هي ال EFAs، دي طبعا مادة أنا ما أعرفهاش، وإحنا هنسأل الدكتور علي يقول لنا أكتر عن هذه الأشياء، ولكن من اسمها واضح إن هي فيها بعض البروتينات الحميدة. So you are referring to EFAs as some like good proteins?
It's an essential fatty acid.
Okay.
You've heard a lot of people talk about DHA,
yes.
EPA. That is from the salmon, which is the highest source. Mm-hmm. And that we found that people are lacking those omega-3 fatty acids. But that's more for brain, for eyes, for nerves, cognitive. But for men, specifically, we found there is a deficiency of these essential fatty acids that causes complications.
But when it comes to fatties, people say, no, fats are bad.
Understood.